What is up, everybody out there in HeroClix land? This once again is Scott Porter back for day 2 of our new Marvel HeroClix unboxing series, Marvel HeroClix's Fantastic Four. That's right, the return of the Fantastic Four after a full decade of them not appearing in HeroClix form at all. We have the first family back. Just like we wanted. They are the characters that we know and love. They are at the center of almost every huge storyline that I have ever really enjoyed, coming forward through the history of Marvel Comics. You want to talk about any major crossover event. You want to talk about any huge, larger-than-life, universe-threatening level threat storyline that you could think of from Galactus on down. The Fantastic Four is usually right in the middle of it, and Reed Richards most especially right in the middle of it. Yesterday was day 1. If you haven't watched that, go back, take a look. We did pull a super rare, Amadeus Cho, in his Hulk form, and he is incredible. He's got this sculpt that just exudes the youthful nature of Amadeus and the way that he embraces being the Hulk. We saw a lot of really cool versions of the Fantastic Four, very early versions, and I'm hoping for more powerful versions today. We saw some members of the new Fantastic Four. We saw the Frightful Four. We saw Herald of Galactus, so we know what is coming down the pipe, and I am so excited for that. Before I jump into opening 2 boosters today, I am going to issue a little bit of an apology and hopefully make it up to you guys, because yesterday I could not figure out when I opened the Fast Forces and I saw all these really amazing figures, Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, the X-23 Wolverine, Black Panther, She-Thing, and Mr. Fix-It. I couldn't figure out where the cards were. Well, ladies and gentlemen, they weren't loose. They were inside this one piece of paper. If you open it, which I should have done, taped to the inside, which is very securely done. Bravo, WizKids. You got me this time, but I hope to make it up to you today by giving you the cards here for the Fast Forces. I am so sorry. You know what? I was just so excited yesterday to finally get reacquainted with the Fantastic Four in HeroClix form that my head just wasn't. It was a little bit jumbled up in my excitement. So here we go. I'm going to back these guys up here. Again, all of these characters have been a part of the Fantastic Four or a version of the new Fantastic Four, which some of them not necessarily ever called the new Fantastic Four, but there's some combination of Ghost Rider, Hulk, Wolverine, and Spider-Man. And let's start with Spider-Man, actually, here. He is the Fast Forces set number 1. He looks really, really cool. Now, Spider-Man has been in the new Fantastic Four and the actual Fantastic Four. He is who replaced Johnny Storm after Johnny Storm's passing during Jonathan Hickman's run. He joined Fantastic Four and went on through his really highly acclaimed FF run. He's got Fantastic Four, Spider-Man family, and scientist keywords. He has a trait, whatever a spider can, super senses, but succeeds on a 4 to 6. Protected against outwit. What? Another trait, I'll just web this guy up. When Spider-Man hits with a range attack, a hit target gains immobile until your next turn. He's got improved movement there for elevated. He's got the Spider-Man team ability and the Fantastic Four team ability. And on the backside, look at that. Hypersonic speed, Spider-Man, guys. Energy shield deflection. This is dope. And I talked about yesterday this particular what if newer Fantastic Four, and that's the one with Iron Man. So now I'm really hopeful that we get that particular Iron Man. I know I went on a little run of like, we don't need all these Iron Men, blah, 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 et cetera, but that's a different version. That's a really cool take on Iron Man, and who wouldn't want to see him in the blue and white and black, man? Come on now. So here we go. We've got the Hulk next in his Mr. Fix-It form, which he was in the first time we saw the new Fantastic Four. Every time this new Fantastic Four formed, it seemed early on, it was by some type of trickery. I think it was a Skrull the first time around that got these guys together. Fantastic Four and Monster Keywords set number 2, 75 or 50 points, and that is exactly what Spider-Man is as well. Should have told you that. Strongest one there is, super strength. When Hulk makes a close combat attack, modify damage by an additional +1, protected from outwit. Ooh, leaping smash, leap climb free, improved movement through hindering and elevated. Roll a d6, move up to the result. Ooh, has the Fantastic Four team ability and the Underworld team ability to reference that Mr. Fix-It version of him, you know, out there in Vegas and everything. That's awesome. Here we go. We've got his power set there. Like I said, 75 or 50 points, a 4-click dial. There are a lot of characters in this set who only have 4-click dials. It's starting to worry me just a little bit, but at least you have an option with him. Okay, on to Wolverine. Laura Kinney, X-23, many names. Fantastic Four, Weapon X, X-Force, and X-Men. Again, 75 or 50 points. Has a trait, snicked. I wonder if everybody says that different. You know, that little sound effect that you hear when you read the books. I wonder if everybody says it differently. I say snicked. Blades, claws, fangs, protected against outwit. All of these guys are protected against outwit. That is crazy. Special movement power, biologically engineered killing machine, charge, and flurry. Has the X-Men and Fantastic Four team abilities. There you go. No blades, claws, fangs appearing on the dial, though. Interesting that she wouldn't have blades, claws, fangs on there at all. But the charge and flurry definitely make up for that a little bit, especially, you know, with her mobility. You know, she can do a little bit of damage. All right, let's see. The next one is Ghost Rider. And like I said, I thought this was Danny Ketch because he is the original New Fantastic Four one. It was not Johnny. Some people think it was Johnny. It's not. All right, Ghost Rider, Fantastic Four, Marvel Knights, Midnight Suns, Mystical Keywords. Set number 4 for the Fantastic Forces. Comes in at 75 or 50 points. A new kind of fantastic teamwork. When Ghost Rider hits with a close attack, until your next turn, other friendly characters with the Fantastic Four keyword can use exploit weakness. What? Are you kidding? That's awesome. The new Fantastic Four trait can carry a passenger, 1, but only to carry characters with the Fantastic Four keyword. Once per turn, when Ghost Rider is carried and placed adjacent to 2+ opposing characters after resolutions, he may make a close attack. A special attack power, no hiding from judgment, penetrating psychic blast, improved targeting through hindering terrain. When making a ranged attack, if Ghost Rider's line of fire crosses hindering terrain, modify attack and damage by +1. Not only does he ignore the hindering terrain, grabs a bonus for shooting through it. Insane. See, he's got 5 range, running shot. That is crazy. Has the Mystics keyword. This guy is going to see a lot of play. Giving the rest of your team exploit weakness in any situation, no matter how situational it is extremely powerful. Being able to carry some of that team around with him, having the Mystics team ability, very cool. Okay, Black Panther is next. Black Panther, 75 or 50 points, just like everybody else in the Fast Forces pack. Has the Avengers and the Fantastic Four keywords. We have Avengers, Fantastic Four, Illuminati, Marvel Knights, Wakanda, Ruler, Warrior. Mantle of the Black Panther is a trait, stealth and shape change, but only if occupying hindering terrain. King of Wakanda, leadership and outwit. So that shape change that is traded comes with a caveat: you have to be in hindering terrain for that shape change to take place. Still, you see there the new Fantastic Four when him and Storm were a member with Johnny Storm and with the Thing there. Pretty nice style. I think still for me, Ghost Rider is the hit of this one. I mean, Spider-Man is pretty good as well. The Hulk is really cool. But here comes She-Thing. She-Thing here. Sharon Ventura, originally called Miss Marvel, and still occasionally will get called that. Sometimes ally, sometimes villain of the Fantastic Four. You can see her here. She did not always look like this. I wonder if we'll get a Sharon Ventura that looked like she used to when she was in the wrestling league that she was in. Don't worry, I can take a hit as a trait. She-Thing takes a maximum of 1 damage from the first attack that hits her each turn. Woo! at the end of each turn, heal her 1 click if she was hit by a ranged attack that turn. Had Enough Yet is a special damage power, close combat expert. When Chi-Thing uses it, you may modify attack or damage by an additional +1. Wow. Has team player, team ability team player, and team ability Fantastic Four. Look at the dial back here again, 75 or 50 points. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. Back in the 80s, she was a member, 80s, early 90s, she was a member of the Fantastic Four briefly before I think it was Reed and Sue that were gone, and she took one of their places, and it was her and Thing on the team at the same time. I think she was around when Ben Grimm was depowered for a while, but anything, nonetheless, that is a very cool Fast Forces pack. I'm sorry I didn't have the cards yesterday. Apology to WizKids and apology to you guys, but I hope that all made up for it, and I think that Ghost Rider is incredibly sick. All right, here we go. Once again, set comes out at the end of July. Get a hold of your local comic book shops and gaming stores. Reach out to them. Buy a case, buy a couple of cases, buy what you can. Start a subscription pool with them if you are a comics reader. If you're not, consider, instead of ordering things off of Amazon, getting your games, getting your tabletop games, whatever they sell, get it from them. Make the trip. Get in the car, drive over there safely, wear your mask, and pick something up from those stores. They need our help. So, you know, they've been there for us for years. Let's try to be there for them. Okay, here we go. Today's booster number 1. Let's see what we have. Woo! Yesterday we got a super rare. I don't know, we saw that Black Panther has a prime yesterday. We saw that the Punisher robot, it could have a prime or just like an alternative version, because there are Punisher robots that aren't the Herald of Galactus. So maybe we'll get some Punisher robots without the cosmic, with Power Cosmic team ability. But today's first pack, oh yeah, here we go. Okay, we have, oh, a Mauloid, yay! Oh man, Hickman's run of the Fantastic Four saw the Mauloids really evolve in a cool way. Oh yeah, we'll get the High Evolutionary. I forgot about that. He created this city that mutated Mauloids into, like, well, reverted them to men, but also would give them hyper intelligence. And this is a city that he abandoned under the earth for a little while. So hopefully we'll get some cooler versions of the Mauloids. 4 of those Mauloids ended up joining the FF, the Future Foundation, and hopefully we'll see some of those. Oh, here we go. We've got an Inhuman here. We've got Triton. I haven't even mentioned the Inhumans yet. Of course they're going to be in this set. I talked about Medusa a little bit yesterday, but and this, judging by his suit, is Robbie Reyes. Usually Robbie Reyes only has like 1 stream of fire coming up out of his head, but I think because he's sharing a sculpt with Daniel Ketch, he looks just a little bit different. But that suit, I believe, is Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider, which is really cool. We got Amadeus Cho yesterday. We got Laura Kinney's Wolverine yesterday. So I think we're going to get Silk in this set too, which is going to be rad. Maybe S.H.I.E.L.D. will make a little bit of an appearance in here because she's a part of some of that. And S.H.I.E.L.D.'s been very intertwined with Fantastic Four over time as well. Okay, let's see. This is not set number 1, Mr. Fantastic. You know, yesterday we saw 2, 3, and 4 with Invisible Woman and Human Torch and the Thing. This is actually a different version of Mr. Fantastic. I'll leave him till last, though. Let's start with the little cute Mauloid, because he's a little cute guy. He's got his little goggles on, you can see there. Monster keyword, set number 8. Rings in at just 10 points. Destroy the surface dwellers' cities, plasticity, sidestep, stealth. Power, if Mauloid and another friendly character named Mauloid are adjacent to the same piece of blocking terrain, destroy it. Then remove an action token from both of them. That's cool to see them digging underground, removing the blocking terrain. Really cool. Team ability, Underworld. Like, actually Underworld. That's good job. Good job, WizKids. Good job. Only 2 clicks there, and he is tiny. That's so cool. I'm very excited about this. FF, Jonathan Hickman, halfway through his run, which was just classic Hickman, writing these really interesting, self-contained issues, small stories, you know, kind of reminiscent of what Claremont would do with X-Men. all these little singular issues. You wouldn't have major arcs every single time, maybe 2-issue arcs here and there, single issue, standalone issues, which were really cool. But it all led up to a giant moment that saw Johnny Storm, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't read it, but Johnny Storm was removed from the board, let's say, and removed from the team. And after that, Mr. Fantastic disbanded the Fantastic Four and started FF, the Future Foundation. He really focused on his kids and all of the youth that had been around. Alex Powers is a big part of that, so hopefully we'll get some power pack in this set. But we had these 4 hyper-intelligent Moloids. You found out that underneath the High Evolutionary City, they were just discarding all of these children and putting them underneath the city, and all these children were perishing. And the Thing went and saved these 4 kids, and one of them was just a floating head at this point. And they were hyper intelligent. They became a part of FF. So it'd be really cool to maybe just get one base with the 4 of them on it, maybe some different dials or anything on that thing, but that would be really cool to see some of the FF characters. We have a clone of the Wizard, Bentley 23, who is one of the best characters in that book. We have Valaria, of course, Richards as like a 3 to 6-year-old little girl who's already smarter than her dad. And Franklin Richards, who was depowered for a while, gets his powers back. There's a panel in there where it says, meanwhile, in his bedroom, a little boy creates a tiny universe, and he's under his blanket. And it looks like when we were kids, we would hide under there with a flashlight and read books. No, he's under there, and you see the light coming through the blanket, and then it peers inside, and he's created a little pocket universe. Franklin Richards gets his powers back during Hickman's run. So hoping for some FF members, Dragon Man, any of those guys. That would be awesome. All right, let's see. Spider-Man. We already saw one today. Let's look at another one. This Spider-Man is set number 9. He is 75 points. I'm surprised. I was expecting 40. Fantastic Four, Spider-Man family, reporter, scientist. Like I said, set number 9 has a trait, a new kind of fantastic teamwork, which we have seen on other people. When Spider-Man hits with a close attack, until your next turn, other friendly characters with the Fantastic Four keyword can use improved movement, ignoring, blocking, and elevated, and wow, and hindering. That is crazy. So that shared keyword was with Daniel Ketch, who gives everybody a crazy power and with exploit weakness, and now you have this one. So the original new Fantastic Four is going to be crazy powerful. This is awesome. The new Fantastic Four can carry a passenger, 1, but only to carry characters with a Fantastic Four keyword once per turn. When Spider-Man is carried and placed adjacent to 2+ opposing characters after resolutions, he may make a close attack. That is awesome. Okay, so this is from that original new Fantastic Four situation. I think her name was Lila, something like that. A Skrull tricks them into going under the earth and getting something that she needs for world domination, whatever. They end up seeing through it, overthrowing her. It was only 3 issues, but still very cool. So guaranteed to have a Logan Wolverine in this set, and they're all going to have that kind of shared trait. They're going to be crazy powerful. Still, running shot, some incapacitate, super senses, of course. That is a great version of Spider-Man, and no wonder he's not 40 points, because that was new Fantastic Four version Spidey. That's rad. All right, let's check out our Inhuman here. We talked about Medusa yesterday, but I didn't even mention Black Bolt, all of the Inhumans. Hopefully we'll see a little Karnak action. Gorgon, Lockjaw. Has Inhumans and Soldier. He has 40 points. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, we've got a drinking game here, guys. If you want to have a little classy drink next to you while watching these unboxing series, anytime a figure is 40 points, take a drink, all right? And make sure you're at home and you don't have to drive anywhere. But yeah, every time a character is 40 points, take a drink. Here we go. Ally of the Seas is a trait he has. When establishing themed teams, choose a friendly character with the dolphin, or aquatic, symbol. Triton gains that character's keywords. Ooh, attack from the depths of movement power, charge, hypersonic speed, but only if Titan occupies water terrain when activating it. So you have to be in it when you activate it, but you can come out of it, I think, with the hypersonic speed. That's cool. There's a little power set there. 5 clicks long. A little bit of probability control. Look at that. All right. Oh, Namor. Look at that. Oh, how have I not mentioned Namor yet? I mean, again, you know, Namor's a mutant. He's a part of the X-Men, all of these things. Well, guess what? He got his start in Fantastic Four, and he has just been built up over time to be this incredibly deep character. That is what the Fantastic Four has done for so many characters in the Marvel Universe. It's why this is so important to have them back. And I don't know if you can tell, I was so excited. Okay, Ghost Rider. And like I thought, this one is Robbie Reyes. Take a little look at him there alongside the card. Has a trait, Ghost of Uncle Eli. If Ghost Rider is 40 points, oh, wait a minute. He comes in at 80 or 40 points. Take a drink, people. Ghost of Uncle Eli. If Ghost Rider is 40 points, he is KO'd when his dial clicks past the red KO line. Protected, Pulse Wave. 4 Shield Beast Hunters. So that's that new Fantastic Four with Silk and Amadeus Cho. When Ghost Rider is given a move action after resolutions, remove an action token from him, and he can use Stealth until your next turn. He shares that trait with Amadeus Cho. Hellfire Portals, special move power, phasing teleport. When Ghost Rider uses it and moves 4 squares or less after resolutions, he may make a close attack. Penance Stare, special attack power, energy explosion, pulse wave. Once per turn, when Ghost Rider hits an opposing character that damaged a friendly character since your last turn, after resolutions, deal that opposing character penetrating damage equal to their action tokens. There you go. Robbie's back of the card there, has Fantastic Four and Mystic's team abilities. Nasty combination. There you go. And if he's only 40 points, he starts at the beginning, is KO'd when he crosses that red line. So a little bit different there in the way that, that his dial works, but really, really cool. All right, there is Ghost Rider. I'm really loving the synergy that they are creating between each of the levels of the new Fantastic Four, each of the groups of them. They get some really cool power sets. So I'm very excited. All right, the man himself, Reed Richards. Welcome back, buddy. He does not come in at 40 points. He comes in at 75 or 60 points. I love the sculpt. Absolutely love the sculpt. Don't leave it in heat or those arms will come down. Just hang by his side. Look like a really sad, skinny monkey. Okay, Mr. Fantastic. Avengers, Fantastic Four, Illuminati, and Scientist keywords, set number 33. To Strand the Griever. Okay, we're in Dan Slott's run. So this is the newest version of Fantastic Four. Opposing characters within 4 squares and line of fire can't begin moving except during move actions. Okay, so they can't be telekinesis, they can't be picked up and flown. Return of the Fantastic Four. Friendly characters with the Fantastic Four keyword within 4 squares can use leadership. That's awesome. Long range planning, out with a range of 10. That is huge in today's game. When you have limited range on all of those support powers, that is really cool. He's also protected from outwit. Team ability is Fantastic Four. 7 clicks long. This is a nice version here, a more powerful version. I'm excited because that means we're going to get those versions of each of the other Fantastic Four members. Very, very cool. All right, that is Booster 1. Now remember, not all the videos are going to be this long. I apologize, but I had to read those Fast Forces pieces, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I waited till today because I got to see the synergy between Daniel Ketch Ghost Rider and the Spider-Man that we got in the set. Pretty impressive, actually, the way they're going to work. All right, let's see here. Okay, there we go. We do have a stronger version of Invisible Woman. We have, oh, I thought it was Invisible Woman again. No, it's Valaria. Ooh, but that's like teen Valaria from the future Valaria. That's not Kid Valaria. I hope we get Kid Valaria as well. Yeah, Kid Valaria is awesome. I absolutely love her in Hickman's run. And, I mean, well, they're both from Hickman's run, but you see future Valaria there. I think at some point she takes on the name Brainstorm, I think might be the name she takes on. I can't remember. We have Nova, which I had mentioned. It doesn't look like Herald of the Galactus Nova. It looks like earlier Nova, but, you know, daughter maybe of the original Human Torch, actually. You know, how can the original Human Torch, who was an android, have A child? I don't know, but that's comics, yeah? Because comics. Skrull Warrior there. So we've got another generic. So we saw 2 generics today, the Moloid and the Skrull Warrior. Oh, man, how could I forget Super Skrull? What, are we going to get Super Skrull in this set? We got to get Super Skrull in this set, right? Secret Invasion, another major crossover. Fantastic Four is right at the heart of it. There are so many ways they can go with this set. My brain is spinning. And, oh, that's not Dr. Doom. That's a Doombot. So we've got 3 generics today. Very cool. So let's start with those generics. Skrull Warrior. You could have a bunch of different types of the Skrull Warriors. But you have Drop Disguise for combat. Running Shot. This is a special movement power free until your next turn. Modify attack by +2. And Skrull Warrior can't use Shape Change or the Skrull's team ability. Team ability is Skrulls. We haven't seen that in a little while. Shape Change, but only succeeds on a 6. If the character can already use Shape Change, instead increase the result of its roll for Shape Change by +1. Has the Skrull and Warrior keywords. Set number 23 rings in at 30 points. Some people got lucky out there. 4 clicks on the back. That's a generic. It's a generic. I was hoping to see a little bit of interplay. I was hoping to see a little bit of a little bit stronger version of Shape Change, a little bit more danger in the assuming the identity of somebody on your team, or maybe swapping places with them, or maybe swapping damage with them. Can you imagine if a Skrull power allowed, if they can roll to take the place of another character, and then when you have to roll to attack that character as opposed to them. There's a bunch of different things you could do. But still, pretty cool to have them back. Let's go with another generic, Doombot. Okay. Latveria, armor, and robot keywords, set number 5. Okay, rings in at 15 points. Now, these Doombots look a little different than they do during like Mark Waid's run. They look much different. But those are Kristoff's Doombots. So this is definitely a Doombot here. The real Doom, or for all characters with this power, when a friendly character with the Latveria and ruler keywords would be targeted by an opponent's attack or use of Outwit or Perplex, you may roll a d6. On a 4 to 6, that opponent chooses an untargeted Doombot to become the target instead. The new target must be legal, and you don't choose a power for Outwit until after a new target is chosen. Has the team ability, the Minions of Doom. When this character KOs a standard opposing character after resolutions, heal 1 click on a friendly character using this team ability. That has changed over time. That's why I read it out loud. Some old school players, if they're coming back because the Fantastic Four are back, there have been some changes. 2 clicks there on this Doombot. I wonder if we're going to see the different Doombot, if we're going to see the other Doombot, the Kristoff style Doombot. Who knows? But that's another character that'd be really interesting to see. And I wonder if we're going to get multiple versions of Dr. Doom. There have been multiple versions of him. You know, the version during Mark Waid's run was way more into sorcery and destruction in that manner than with his brain and science and technology. I wonder if we'll see a couple of different types of Dooms. We already know we're getting God Doom, so I'm not going to complain if we don't get any other Doom except for that, but I wonder if they're going to make that play in this set now knowing that we have a Doombot sculpt. Okay, let's go with Nova. Good old Frankie Ray. I remember most Nova from the cover, the Silver Surfer cover, where she's all in gold and he's holding her on his board. You know, they became confidants because they both were heralds and what it did to them. But this one is Fantastic Four and Politician, not a herald. Comes in, set number 6 comes in at 50 points. Too hot to touch, has poison as a trait. The Fantastic Four team ability. Some running shot there on the back. This is very early on Frankie Ray, before she became a herald. Okay, quick and easy, that one. Now, let's get into, I'm going to save Valaria, I think, for last. Let's get into this Invisible Woman here. Set number 34 has Fantastic Four and S.H.I.E.L.D. team abilities. The same scope that we saw earlier, but has Avengers, Fantastic Four, Lady Liberator, S.H.I.E.L.D., Celebrity, Spy. She has a trait. Yeah, my power set is really good for espionage. Stealth, improved targeting through hindering terrain. Adjacent friendly characters that share a keyword with her can use stealth and improve targeting around hindering terrain as well. Form the new Fantastic Four, which is a shared trait that we have seen, allowing people to replace characters from their sideline at the beginning of the game. Special attack power, I won't kill anyone. Incapacitate, when Invisible Woman uses it after resolutions hit, characters modify attack by -1 until your next turn. I love that they're using Invisible Woman's, one of her lesser known powers on that power set there. She has Fantastic Four and Shield team abilities, 3 targets, 6 range, running shot. Yeah, this is a more offensive Invisible Woman, and I'm really glad that we're seeing a little bit of probability control there, a little bit of perplex. There are some cool moments in the books when she discovers new powers. You know, things cannot hide from her. She doesn't only turn invisible, she can kind of see and manipulate light around things, and she can always find if there's an invisible object in the room, she can see it because of her ability to deal on that spectrum. So allowing characters to avoid hindering terrain, to hit other objects by making that transparent, or allowing her to share that ability is really cool. So, all right, Valaria Richards, very excited. I don't think she's ever been made in Clix form before. I was hoping to see her. Fantastic Four, Latveria, Scientist. Let me see what I can make with this. Let's see, she's... 40 points, folks. Take a drink. Set number 27, 40 points. So maybe not the super powerful, modern, future version of her, but let's see what she can do. Let's see what I can make with this. Choose a standard attack power. Valaria Richards can use that power this turn. Here, Uncle, I built this for you. You know who her uncle is, right? Uncle Doom. Perplexed with a range of 8. Unique modifier. When Valaria Richards uses Perplex to target another character that shares a keyword, she may instead modify a value except damage by +2. Call me Brainstorm when we're doing heroics. Okay, that's cool. So this is from the more modern run here. There you go. War of the Realms. Again, another big crossover that they were a part of. That's Valaria Richards. I'm hoping we get like Future Franklin, hoping we get Nathaniel Richards, Future Franklin, Future Valaria. They, I mean, saved the universe at its end, and I'm hoping we see a super powerful Valaria. But this is more of the kid Valaria, just, you know, naturally grown up a couple of years. So no longer a toddler, but like a preteen version of her now. Okay, there we go. That is the unboxing day 2. Over and done with. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am stoked about this set. I haven't seen as many villains as I was expecting, so hopefully that picks up a little bit over the next couple of days. Hopefully we find another super rare, figure out what some of the primes are in this set, and hopefully we get a chase. Now, the fact that there's no other chases on the back of this box, maybe we only have one chase. Maybe we only have God Doom, but I do see, you know, Valaria and Sue down here as well. So I'm hoping we have more than one chase. You know, you see the Thing as the wall there. I don't think you can. In Secret Wars, in Battle World with God Doom, he made the Thing into like a full wall, basically. And I don't think you could ever see that in Clix form. But there are some other really cool stuff we could see from that. The Maker especially, and Reed Richards, of course. Because at the core of Secret Wars was Doom and Reed. So chases. Hopefully we get one. Hopefully we can shed a little light on what those are. Good pull so far. Really looking forward to the rest of the week. I want to say thank you guys for tuning in. Again, this set comes out, I think, July 22nd. Don't quote me, but I think July 22nd. So when you watch this, if you're getting excited, get a hold of your local comic book shops and gaming stores and buy from them, the brick and mortar guys. Help them out a little bit. And thank you for WizKids for sharing this with me and allowing me to share this with everyone else. Thank you to HyperRPG for allowing me to use the studio here. Find them on Twitch or on YouTube. They have amazing gaming content of all kinds, as well as HeroClix. They have a show called Indomitable that they have some episodes archived of. Yeah, so that's going to be it for me. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for day 3 when we open these 2 boosters right here and see what is inside. But until then, may all your rolls be critical hits. It's an 8. Peace.